We cannot live without food because food is the natural fuel through which we move, breathe and due to which our heart beats. But lately we have been hearing more and more about such a thing as therapeutic fasting or intermittent fasting. But what will happen if we refuse food for a few days? What process will take place and is it useful or harmful? In fact, the answer is quite complex and sometimes unexpected because some processes will be to our advantage, while some others may be to our detriment. How to figure it all out? I will answer in this video, so watch it to the end, it will be interesting and useful. Let's imagine that we have abruptly given up food and do not consume anything. What will begin to happen in our body on the first day? At the very beginning, the body will actively use energy reserves, primarily glycogen. Glycogen is the most accessible source of energy that the body begins to use in very first place. And I must say that as long as we use glycogen, we will not experience significant moral suffering. That is, we will not have such great weakness. What will be next? After the first day of an absolute hunger strike, our glycogen stores are excited and the body begins to switch to the use of fat cells. And here our feeling of hunger begins to intensify. Our performance also begins to fall. We can notice that we think a little less cheerfully, and energy too already smaller. But nevertheless, so far there is no significant threat to health yet. After 3 or 4 days, our strong feeling of hunger begins to fade. This is a defense mechanism, as nature has taught us. In the first day we went on to eat up, we really begin to feel very hungry. The brain sends a signal of urgency to eat something, but if we wait out the first 3 days, then the body begins to understand that there is still no food. Apparently hungry times have come, so it makes no sense to torture yourself with an excessive feeling of hunger. Also, our muscle mass of the body begins to be connected to the process of energy decomposition. And here the famous ketones bodies begins to be produced. This process is called ketosis. Ketone bodies are actively produced precisely in the process of using adipose tissues to provide energy to the body. On the one hand, someone perceives this as a positive signal, which means that the hunger strike really works. The fats really burn, but on the other hand, it can also be harmful to the health of our body. So in some people, after a few days of hunger strike, blood pressure begins to drop very much, as a result of which a person has no strength and concentration. Sometimes people even faint. After a person has not consumed a single gram of food for a week, the body begins to literally eat itself, including using tissue from vital organs for its own nutrition, such as a liver and heart. After 4 weeks, the symptoms of starvation begin to worsen significantly, and the state of health deteriorates. There will be noticeable atrophy of human muscles. Difficulties with the musculoskeletal system will begin. Even the heart rate will slow down greatly. The starving person will feel that he is very cold. The person will have severe problems with concentration, and vision will also begin to fall. And after a month of fasting, due to the fact that a person has a very strong lack of thiamine, then is vitamin B1, the person will see double and dizziness will begin. But if the hunger strike lasts for more than 6 weeks, then this is a direct and very serious threat to the human life. A person will hardly be conscious and will hardly react to what is happening. Very often, when a person has completely used up the reserves of all his vitamins and minerals, he begins to suffer from jaundice. Some people may even lose their sight and become deaf at this stage. And after 6 weeks of fasting, a person may die either from heart failure or from excessive intoxication. Therefore, fasting for several weeks is of course not recommended and should not be done. On the other hand, small short periods of fasting for a day, for example, can be safe or even beneficial for the body. Of course, in everything you need to know the measure, listen to your condition, and in no case rise to extremes. Everything needs a reasonable approach. There was a channel no more. Subscribe to the channel and don't forget to put a like. See you later.